Hey BookTube, it's Sarah and welcome back to my channel, The Book Bag. Today I'm going to be doing my January 2022 setup. So to start off, the cards that I have are the card of Strength, which represents fortitude, the ability to endure through tough times, force of character. With Omicron, everything's gonna be tough again, so this card is all about giving me the strength to make it through yet another wave of COVID and hoping that my stupid government doesn't get us all killed. Here's hoping. The next card I have is the card of Death, which is rebirth, clearing away the past, letting go of old hurts, and the transformation of the self. I thought that tied in nicely to the idea of the new year and making resolutions, trying to improve yourself, trying to recover from any setbacks from the previous year, and make something new of yourself. So this month I decided to use a bunch of the stickers that I had from Sticky Club, and I kind of went with this astronomy sort of theme. So I had a little picture of some mountains in the night sky that I cut out. I have this little sticker of a little astronomer girl, a sticker of the moon, and a little one that says astronomy. And then I wrote January in these big block letters and did a little border around the outside of the page. So I went back and used my light gray zebra mild liner to write January in cursive over top of the block letters, like so many bullet journal people do, and it turned out okay. I probably wouldn't really do this again. I don't think it added a little bit of color, but it also makes it a little bit difficult to read. So, not sure that I would do that again. Then I also took my gold and silver jelly roll pens and did dots along the border of the page to add a bit more of color and dimension and a little bit of shimmer to the page. And I'm fairly happy with how it turned out. I still think it looks a little empty. It needs something in that top right corner, but I'm not sure what it is, so it's fine as it is. The washi tape that I used for this month is this dark blue sky. It's got all these like stars and stuff on it. I did find that with the Archer and Olive bullet journal, the washi tape doesn't stick as well to the pages, so after I'd cut off the corners there, when I open my bullet journal now, I noticed that that bottom corner tends to come up a lot, which is interesting. It seems to have a harder time sticking to these pages than to the lectern notebook that I had before. On the opposite page, I have my handy dandy sleep tracker, tracking the hours that I sleep, how much energy I have the next day. It's always less than 3 even though I have 5 spaces, but that's me perpetually fatigued. I was also finding that my fine liner tended to smudge a little bit more on this paper, I had to wait a little bit to let it dry so I wouldn't smudge it when I was doing lines with the ruler and stuff. Not a ton, it wasn't an impediment really, but I did notice there were a couple spots where I did smudge my lines, especially when using the ruler. That was a little bit annoying. So the following spread is my monthly view of January, just laid out like a normal calendar. I start my weeks on Mondays just because I like to have my weekends together instead of split into 2 separate weeks. I used my Tombow brush pen to write January at the top and 2022 at the bottom. Just super simple, nice and easy. I also have my to-do list in the right-hand column there, and I wrote out of 14 for 14 books for each month, and then I realized that my Goodreads goal will be different next year, and so I went back later after I'd finished everything and changed it to 17 books, because I think my Goodreads goal is going to be to read 200 books in 2022, which is less than I read this year, but this year was a bit of an anomaly. You couldn't really do much, so I spent a lot of time reading because I didn't have any plans with friends or anything, and I was in a different city from most of my friends, so even if I could do things, there was no one to hang out with. I used my Tombow dual brush pen in this light blue color to color in where I'm going to write the days of the week. I I thought this kind of fit with the wintry astronomy theme I had going on the cover page for January. And it also kind of fits the front of the book because the little cat on the front of my journal is looking at a little star. So it's all coming together. I'm connecting the dots. I know I created the dots, but I'm connecting them, okay? I had to use a little bit of whiteout because I accidentally drew a line too far down. Even though my ruler is see-through and I should be able to see exactly where I'm drawing, I still mess up, so nobody's perfect, right? I also used my gold and silver Jelly Roll pens again to draw just little stars up by January and down by 2022, just because I had a lot of blank space and I wanted to add a little bit of intrigue. I think I might have gone a little bit too crazy with them, but it's fine. It's fine. That's kind of the theme for this month. Everything is fine. So my next spread is my first weekly spread for the month of January. I once again went with something super simple. I just did my like 4 horizontal boxes and then used my gold and silver Jelly Roll pens once again. They're getting a lot of use this month, and I just did little dots around the outside. This time I colored in every other dot, but I just did each box one color, if that makes sense. So for example, for the first box I did it all in gold dots, but I only colored every other dot that was on the page. And then for like Tuesday I did silver dots, every other dot, and so on and so forth. That way it didn't look too cluttered, and they all didn't look like the same box. I could tell, you know, which one was which. Added a little bit more of like a pattern or something to it. I don't know, guys. I'm just making it up as I go along. I decided not to film myself drawing out every weekly spread for the month because I was like, it's gonna look exactly the same, and then it doesn't really add anything to the video, so maybe I will just only film every single week when I'm doing like different things every week, if I have different like stickers and stuff I'm putting on there. But it's all gonna look the same. I just alternated which color I started with for the weeks. So like this one I started with gold, and then the next week I started with silver, so they alternated differently, but it looks basically identical. So after I finished doing all of the weeks and stuff, which I actually did later after I had first filmed this, I am now just showing you what my bullet journal looks like. I had actually gone in and like put in some of the dates and stuff, the ideas for my YouTube videos. I've started using it, even though it's, well, I guess it's only a couple days till January, so. But as you can see, like I was saying, all the weeks look pretty much the same. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.